is Warlord Morgan and I'm from armchairwarlords.com, and today I'm going to run you through making a rogue in the Pathfinder role-playing game. Alright, here I've got a pretty standard blank character sheet I downloaded from the internet, and I've just got it in Photoshop here for ease of displaying it to you guys. So the first thing we want to do is enter what our class is going to be. And we'll be starting at level 1. Second thing we want to do is determine what race. For ease of today, I'm just going to select a human. Humans are pretty good at doing almost anything within the Pathfinder role-playing game. Specifically, I'm talking about the ability to add a +2 to any one ability score. Alright, next we want to determine what we're going to spend our points on. So the predominant things you want as a rogue in Pathfinder is dexterity, then intelligence, then charisma and wisdom. Strength and constitution not being as important. So we'll have a 16 for dexterity, then we'll do a 14 for intelligence, we'll do a 12 for wisdom, 12 for charisma, and then, as I said before, for strength and constitution, it doesn't need to be as high. So we'll put in a 10 for both of those, as a 10 doesn't cost any points. And now, because we've selected human, we get to add our +2 into any one ability score. So what I'm going to do is add that to my dexterity. So now we have the starting abilities for a level 1 human rogue. And from there we can then put in our ability modifiers. These come in handy later when we're calculating our total bonus for skills as well as saving throws and armor class. Okay, once we've calculated our ability modifiers, we're going to go ahead and add those to our skills. Okay, now that we've gone and added our ability modifiers to our skills, we're going to go and select what skill points we're going to add to our character. So the number of ranks is determined by your intelligence modifier as well as your class. So rogues start with 8 base skill points plus their intelligence, which in my case is 2, so that would be 10. Humans have the skilled racial trait, so that adds an additional 1. So all up, that will be 11 skill ranks. So I'm going to go ahead and add them into my skill ranks in what I think will be the best skills for my rogue. Okay, because I'm level 1, I can only put a maximum of 1 skill rank in each skill. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So the first one I'm going to select is Acrobatics. This is one of the best skills for a rogue. It allows you to get across difficult terrain, tumble around enemies without being hit, as well as perform better jumps and general sort of feats of acrobatics. The next one I'm going to put in is Appraise. This will help me work out the value of any given item that I pick up or steal from somebody. The next one will be Escape Artist. This is pretty self-explanatory. This will just allow my rogue to slip out of his bonds easier. or to better escape a grapple, as I won't be able to do that with strength. The next is perception. I always recommend putting maximum points into your perception, as when you're a rogue or really any class, the most common thing you're going to be doing is looking for ambushes or trying to hear things or see things that are happening in the game. The next one will be ride. Again, this just determines your ability to do anything difficult with a horse or mule or a donkey that you're riding. I'll put 1 point into sense motive. This just allows your character to work out whether people are lying or not, or at least what their intentions are, or to determine what their intentions are. Another good rogue skill is Sleight of Hand. This will allow you to do things without people noticing, so picking somebody's pocket or slipping a dagger up into your sleeve or trying to hide something on yourself while people might be paying attention. The next one is stealth. Again, this is a pretty obvious choice for a rogue. It just allows you to move quietly and go unseen without the use of magic. I'll put 1 rank into swim. It's just a good ability to have. You know, you never know how often you're going to be crossing a body of water. And the last one, we use magic device. This will just allow my character to use wands and other magic items that require activation. Okay, now that I've determined what skill ranks I'm going to choose, I'm going to go now and tally up my total bonus to each skill. Now remember, for all class skills in Pathfinder, if you have at least 1 rank in it, you add a bonus of 3. That will go into your total bonus tally, as well as your ability modifier and the number of ranks in that skill. I forgot to mention before, another good skill for Rogue is Disable Device. This will allow you to do things such as sabotage equipment, picking locks, things like that. Okay, after selecting your skill ranks, the next thing you want to do is enter in your character's special abilities and feats. So for a rogue, your special abilities will be a sneak attack. This is a bonus to damage that's applied when your enemy can't defend themselves or have lost their dexterity bonus, so they would be flat-footed. So if you're flanking them or you're attacking from like a hidden position and they don't know you're there, or if it's in a surprise round, then you would apply this 1d6 to your damage. The next special ability for a rogue is trap finding. This gives you a bonus to your perception when searching for traps equal to half of your level. Now the minimum on that is +1, so you can never have less than +1. The next thing you're going to do is enter in the starter feats for a rogue, which would be armor proficiency light, rogue weapon proficiencies, and simple weapon proficiency all. Now all characters gain a single starting feat, so the one I'm going to select is dodge. This gives you a simple +1 bonus to your armor class when you're able to use your dexterity bonus. So if you're not flanked or if you're not surprised, then you would gain this +1 bonus to your armor class. Because I selected a human as my race, I also gain a racial bonus of an extra feat. So for that, I'm going to select what I would say is one of the best feats for a rogue, which would be Weapon Finesse. Weapon Finesse allows you to apply your dexterity modifier when you're attacking an enemy as opposed to your strength modifier. To apply the benefit of Weapon Finesse, however, you must be using a light weapon or a whip or a rapier. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is determine my starting hit points. Now, because I'm a human, I gained a bonus skill point, so I'm not going to apply my favoured class bonus to skill points for the first level. I'm going to apply it to hit points instead. So I have a Constitution modifier of 0. So what I'm going to do is apply the maximum hit points for this class, which would be 8, and then I'll add to that my Constitution modifier of 0, as well as my favoured class bonus of 1. So my total hit points in this case will be 9. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is determine my starting equipment or my starting gear for my character. To calculate your starting gear for a rogue, you would do 4d6 times 10. However, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to take the average, which is 140 gold pieces. So in the gear column here, I'm just going to enter in some simple gear which I think would be handy for a rogue. Okay, I've just jotted down some simple equipment which I think will help for my rogue character. And you'll also notice I've included the leather armor and a few simple weapons that I've included into my equipment selection. I'll go ahead and replicate the details for that armor up here in AC items. Okay, I've just entered in the leather armor details into the AC items section. So the bonus to my armor class will be +2, spell failure is 10%, weight is 15 pounds, and in the properties columns I've noted down that it's got a +6 max dexterity bonus. This means that the total applicable dexterity to my armor class whilst wearing the leather armor is a +6, which shouldn't be a problem because I've only got a +4. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the first page and I'm going to simply fill out the miscellaneous extra stuff on my character sheet. So saving throws, armor class, initiative modifiers, things like that. Now that I've got a better idea on what my total modifiers are going to be with feats, skills, ability modifiers, and my traits. So first I'll do my saving throws. So the base saves for a rogue is 2 + 2 for reflex. Now my ability modifiers will be applied to these. So I'll go ahead and enter in those. So Constitution of 0. Reflex has a dexterity, which is +4. Will uses wisdom, which is +1. Now I don't have any other magic, miscellaneous or temporary modifiers just yet. That may change in the future, so I'll just leave those blank for now, and then I'll tally up my total in this far left column here. Okay, the next thing I'll do is my initiative modifier. So initiative is your character's ability to increase its standing within the order of actions, or in the initiative order of play. So generally higher is better because it allows you to go first. However, that's not always the case if you're playing other classes like spellcasters and things. So my dexterity modifier will be 4. I have no miscellaneous modifier, so my total will just be +4. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is my armor class. So my armor bonus, as I stated before, is a +2 for the leather armor. I'm not using a shield, so that will be 0. I have a dex modifier of 4. Size modifier of 0 because I'm a medium race. Because I'm a human, I have no natural armor, nor do I have any magic items which give me natural armor. I have no deflection for now. And then for my dodge bonus, I'll put that in the miscellaneous modifiers. So that gives me an extra 1. So with a base of 10, plus my armor bonus, dexterity modifier, and miscellaneous dodge modifier, that gives me a total armor class of 17, which is not bad for a level 1 character. And from that score there, we can determine what our touch armor class would be. Touch armor class is simply your regular armor class minus the bonus for wearing armor, because all they're doing is coming and touching you, so you would still apply your dexterity and dodge bonus. So mine would be 15. And flat-footed, that is simply a calculation of your armor class if you were caught unawares. So that would be your base modifier plus your armor bonus. So mine would be 12 for the leather armor. And for reference sake, in the modifiers, I might just jot in that I've got dodge. The next thing I'm going to do is calculate my base attack bonuses, so my CMB and CMD. So my base attack bonus for a level 1 rogue should be 0. So therefore, my total combat maneuver bonus will be 0 for my base attack bonus, 0 for my strength modifier, and 0 for my size modifier. So my total combat maneuver bonus is 0. So my character won't be very good at things like grappling or bull rushing. However, combat maneuver defense, that adds in your dexterity modifier, so that will give me some extra defense against people trying to grapple me or bull rush me. So I'll apply my base attack bonus of 0, my strength modifier of 0, my dexterity modifier of 4, and my size modifier of 0. Now to combat maneuver defense, you add the plus 10 base, so my total combat maneuver defense will be 14. Alright, next I'll enter in my weapon details, just as a quick handy reference for when I'm attacking. So the first one I'll put in is my short sword, with an attack bonus of plus 4. Attack bonus is calculated from my base attack bonus of 0 plus my dexterity bonus of plus 4. I use my dexterity bonus because I took the feat of weapon finesse. Now the critical for a short sword is if you roll a 19 or a 20, and the damage bonus for said critical is double damage, so times 2. Now the damage type for a short sword is piercing. Range, we'll just tack that out because it's a melee weapon. Ammunition, again, we'll tack that out because it's a melee weapon. And the damage will be 1d6. And we'll fill out the same details for my dagger. Now daggers can be both piercing and slashing damage types. Also, because you can throw a dagger, the range increment for this will be 10 feet. We'll tack out ammunition, and the damage for this will be 1d4. Okay, the next thing we can do is fill out more details of our character. So speed. Base speed for a medium human is 30 feet, which totals up to 6 5-foot squares. And because I'm just wearing light leather armor, it doesn't change. Okay, next we can select our known languages. So we'll start with common. And because of my intelligence bonus, that gives me an extra 2 languages. So I'll choose Elven, and Dwarven. And finally we can add in the other miscellaneous details, so what the character looks like, what god it plays to, alignment, things like that. So I'll give my character a name. We'll give him the name Gary because I'm super original. So rogues by nature tend to be a chaotic class, so I'll give him the primary alignment of chaotic, and I'm not too fond of playing good characters, so I might make him a chaotic neutral character. That should play well with being a rogue. Next, put my name in. Give him a deity. Now with his alignment and his sort of personality, I've chosen Callistria. I'll make him Varisian, which I believe may give me the language Varisian. I'll check that later. The size for a human will be medium. I've been referring to him as a male this whole time, so I may as well fill that in. Age, let's make him nice and young. Now I want my rogue to be fairly nondescript, so I'll make him not particularly tall. Again, I'll make him not very descript. I'll just make him brown hair and brown eyes. That should help him fit in and be as non-noticeable as possible. Okay, this is the part of the character design where you would normally do a write-up of his background, personality type, maybe find a portrait picture of him just to give everybody an idea of what they look like. I'm not going to do that now because that's up to each individual player. And this would also be the point in the game, in the character creation, where you would determine what spells you know. However, my guy doesn't know any, so we can skip all that. And that is how you go about making a very basic rogue in the Pathfinder role-playing system. My name is Warlord Morgan, and I'm from armchairwarlords.com. Thanks for watching.